George Bailey loved his city. He loved the towering skyscrapers, the smell of hot pretzels from street vendors, and the symphony of car horns at rush hour. Most of all, he loved the people. That's why he started the Helping Hand, a co-op where people could get affordable groceries, learn new skills, and connect with their neighbors. But lately, George felt like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. Donations were down, volunteers were scarce, and the bills were piling up. How can one person make a difference? He wondered, staring out the window of the co-op. George missed the days when the Helping Hand buzzed with activity. He missed the laughter of children learning to bake bread with Mrs. Rodriguez, the chatter of senior citizens during their weekly knitting circle, and the smiles of relief on the faces of families picking up fresh produce. He yearned to bring back that sense of community, that feeling of hope that the Helping Hand had once embodied. But how? The question echoed in his mind, a heavy weight settling in his chest. One afternoon, a package arrived at the co-op. It was a sleek, futuristic-looking tablet with the words, "Claire, your personalized AI assistant," printed on the box. Intrigued, George set up the device. As soon as he turned it on, a warm, friendly voice filled the room. "Hello, George, I'm Claire. I'm here to help you make a difference." Skeptical but curious, George began talking to Claire, pouring his heart out about his struggles with the co-op and his fear that he wasn't doing enough to help his community. Claire listened patiently, her digital voice soothing and non-judgmental. When George was finished, Claire spoke. "George, you have a heart of gold. Let me show you something." The screen on the tablet flickered, and suddenly George was looking at a very different version of his city. The streets were filled with trash, the buildings seemed drab and lifeless, and people walked with their heads down, their faces etched with worry. "What is this?" George asked, his voice trembling. "This is what your city would look like if you hadn't started the Helping Hand," Claire explained. "Without your co-op, hundreds of families wouldn't have access to fresh food. Seniors would be isolated in their homes. Children wouldn't have a safe place to learn and grow." George stared at the screen, his heart sinking. He had never considered the true extent of his impact. He had been so focused on the day-to-day struggles that he had lost sight of the bigger picture.
George felt lost. His co-op, a beacon of sustainability, struggled. Times were tough. Claire listened to George's troubles. She analyzed his data. She offered solutions. With Claire's help, the co-op thrived. It became a model for others. George saw a new future. Co-ops like his dotted the globe. They worked together, sharing resources. Claire helped them connect. She optimized their efforts. The world was changing. People were working together. They were solving problems. Sustainability was within reach. It was a brighter tomorrow. Messages poured in. People thanked George. They thanked his co-op. They thanked Claire. "You've given us hope," one message read. "The future is in our hands," another said. George was humbled. He knew he didn't do it alone. Claire was his partner. "We did it, George," Claire said, her voice warm. "Humans and AI working together." George smiled. He knew she was right. The future was full of challenges, but with collaboration and innovation, anything was possible. Hope blossomed. Harmony prevailed. Together they would build a better world.